Hey everybody, today I've got a Luber-Finer filter today. This is a PH2808. I got it from Amazon for 11 bucks, which might have been too much now that I've learned what I've learned, but I will get to that here in a minute. So, about Luber-Finer, they were acquired by Champion Labs in the late 70s, and they were both acquired by somebody else here in 2020, but I don't want to go into much more detail than that. When I pulled this guy out of the box, the first thing I was greeted with was a gasket that had come off. That was a nice first impression. But when I looked underneath, I did feel like I recognized that type of gasket. And I dug through my filter collection and I found out why it looked familiar. This is the Walmart house brand SuperTech ST9688 that I have looked at before, which was a fun video to do. There were a lot of firsts in here that I learned, one of which was the plastic cage on the inside, because that was the first time I'd ever seen that. So we will see how close the Luber-Finer and the SuperTech filters are. And let me give you a hint. 226 grams on the SuperTech and 227 on the Luber-Finer. Let me cut it up. Oh yeah. Alrighty, so there's the inside of the case. And for comparison's sake, let's get out the SuperTech. And how I got two SuperTechs were the same, I forget, but that's kind of convenient for making videos like this. Looks pretty similar to me. Let's set these guys aside and look at the cartridges. This is the Luber-Finer cartridge, which I can go on to cut up. Let's take a closer look there. Well, take a look at this. This is the SuperTech. Does that look familiar to anybody? My guess is that this and this are the same. End of video. That's it. No, I'll still cut it out of a sense of duty, but if you ask me, I would go with the SuperTech because I checked the price and it's still $3 and change on the Walmart website. So if these are really as they seem and they're exactly the same, I wouldn't bother spending the extra money. So let me cut into the cartridge and see if there's anything else to be learned, but that might be all I can tell you. Actually, I forgot to mention it, but the SuperTech at least had their protection limit, and I think somewhere on the box, yes, they published an efficiency rating. Now, I don't remember if, there we go, they even said the micron level. How about that? So, I couldn't find that information on the Luber-Finer site, but if it's important to you, this might be it. Alright, let me cut the cartridge. Alrighty, so here is the cartridge cut open. You can, and I don't mean to blow through it if you haven't seen the SuperTech video, but you can see how tightly the pleats are packed there. It looks like it's a cellulose type of element. I measured the total length of the element and it's 55 3/4. I did have the old element from the SuperTech, which is 56, so darn close there. And I'm just stretching this thing out using a tape measure, and it does want to collapse back on itself, so it's very possible that that 1/4 inch is just within the range of measurement tolerance. But the total surface area of the Luber-Finer is 88 square inches and change. I don't know if I computed it for the SuperTech, but I did measure the intact cartridge I have, and the height measurements were extremely close to the Luber-Finer, so I would bet that the square footage is the same. So I really am starting to be convinced that this is the exact same filter. The only real difference I found was in the check valve. This is the Luber-Finer one. This bit of it looks slightly different, like it came out of a different mold. If I pull this off the SuperTech, it's a little bit, let me side by side these guys, it's a little bit shorter And the SuperTech said Parker on the bottom. So it could just be a generational change or just from a capacity tool that was built a little bit differently. So anyway, these very well may both be products from Champion Labs, just white label program sort of things. And yeah, I would say these are the same and go with whatever is cheaper if I were you. So that's it. Thanks for watching.